What's going on, Giants fans? Back at it here with another New York Giants video, another day, another free agent signing for the G-Men. Folks, if you're new, before I dive into this signing and what it means for Big Blue, make sure to check us out on all of our social media platforms on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Big Blue Avenue. Appreciate all the love and support the channel gets daily. The signing I want to talk about today is safety Bobby McCain joining the New York Football Giants on a one-year deal previously with the Washington Commanders the last two seasons. He is an 8-year NFL veteran, originally a cornerback who started 16 games at safety for Washington this past season, had 76 tackles and 5 passes defended. In fact, over the last 4 seasons, he started 65 out of 69 games at the safety position, despite coming into the NFL as a cornerback. This is a veteran salary benefit deal. He was released by Washington back on February 27th. That helped Washington save roughly around $4.5 million in cap space. So the Giants will be signing him for a much cheaper deal. Obviously, we know the Giants elected not to retain Julian Love, who was signed by the Seattle Seahawks on a 2-year deal. When Love got the offer from the Seattle Seahawks, he presented it to the Giants to see if they would match it. The Giants chose not to match it and move on from former defensive captain Julian Love, who led this team in tackles last season, and I don't expect Bobby McCain to do that. I sort of thought the Giants are going to roll with Dane Belton as the starting safety number 2. It's a possibility it could still be Belton. I think this is purely a depth signing, a guy to compete with Dane Belton for that second starting safety spot. I wouldn't mind if it's McCain. It's a signing I saw as I was leaving work today. I wasn't super ecstatic over it, but there are some interesting factors to this move. And I think what it does is it provides durability. McCain hasn't missed a game over the past 4 seasons, and we know the other 3 Giant safeties are injury prone. We look at Xavier McKinney, who's dealt with some injury issues. Obviously, the ATV incident over the bye week this past season. Dane Belton missed part of the season with a broken clavicle. And then also we have to talk about Jason Pinnock, the 4th safety on the roster, who's primarily special teams. But, he was dealing with some issues this year as well. And what's interesting about McCain, he's still just 29 years old. He's around 5'10", 5'11", 192 pounds. He played 93% of the defensive snaps over the past 2 years in Washington. His previous 6 seasons were with the Miami Dolphins, and his best season was in 2021, where he had 9 passes defended and 4 interceptions, 1 off Tom Brady, 1 off Patrick Mahomes, and 2 off of Jake Fromm, the Giants' starting quarterback in that one Washington game. So I believe that was the infamous QB sneak game as well. So Bobby McCain, it's an interesting signing. I don't think he's awful. He can pass cover pretty decently for a safety, a converted safety. That is, he also has slot flexibility, but I think the Giants drafted Cordell Flott last year for that reason, and Darnay Holmes is still on the roster. Again, I think this will be very interesting to see what McCain does. 5th-round pick in the draft back in 2015, 6 seasons with Miami, 2 with Washington, 8 years in the league, heading into season number 9 in Big Blue. Again, not super excited about this signing, but it's a depth signing. You need players like this on your roster, and it does make sense more that I think about it now. I was just very hyped for Dane Belton, and I thought that's the way the Giants would go. But again, they're not signing McCain for much. I'm totally okay with this move, especially for a guy that has nearly 400 career tackles, 11 picks, and 44 passes defended. It's a good, cheap, cost-effective deal. Folks, quickly want to shout out our sponsor, BetUS. You can sign up with our promo code below at join125, get a 125% sign-up bonus where you can bet on the go anywhere, anytime from your mobile device. That's BetUS, America's #1 favorite sportsbook where the game begins. And as always, you can check us out on all of our social media on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter at Big Blue Avenue. And once again, Bobby McCain is the newest member of the New York Football Giants in 2023. Appreciate you all. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, give us a little thumbs up. And without further ado, let's go Big Blue.